Today on Live Daily News, a late-night fire fully engulfed a garage on Wednesday.
The city of San Angelo has released an update on contaminant levels in the water supply.
A San Angelo man has been indicted for abusing a child.
And Brews, Ewes, and BBQs is this weekend.
Before that, though, I sat down with Sara Thieme from Fort Concho for an interview.
We'll get into that interview right after this message from Jim Bass.
You hear that? That's alerting you that it's truck month at Jim Bass Ford. So it's time for huge savings. You can get 14 grand off MSRP on a new Ford Expedition.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. 14 grand off a new Ford Expedition. But you gotta hurry. This is a limited time offer only at Jim Bass Ford, Houston, Hart, and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
Welcome, everybody. James Bouligny here with Sara Thieme from Fort Concho. Miss Thieme, how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's just get right into it. Talk about some of the things going on at Fort Concho this month.
Absolutely. We're doing Campfire Story Night this month, and actually tonight it's happening. It's March 13th, so tonight we're doing our first round of 2. This is for the out of San Angelo ISD schools that are having their kids out of school. We're doing Campfire Story Night, so it's sitting around telling stories. And tonight we were supposed to do s'mores, but I'm going to be so real with you. The chance of a fire and the fact that we have cedar roof, we're probably going to do something like donuts, but the stories will be the same. It's from 6:30 to 7:30 in our courtyard. And we'll do the exact same program next week for those who are in SISD, who are on spring break as well. That will be taking place Wednesday, March 19th.
Okay.
Both nights, the theme is children at Fort Concho. So we have the accounts of someone named Forrestine Cooper. And she was about 6 years old when she was at Fort Concho. And she wrote about what life was like for her. And she tells some of the craziest stories. And one of them I told about 5 years ago. And it was about them jumping quarantine lines. I told it March 12th of 2020. And what do you know? A few days later, COVID started. So the 5-year anniversary also marks the 5-year anniversary of COVID coming into our lives. And so talking about that story is going to have a different weight this evening.
I mean, spring break just never ended for those kids last year, so.
Last year, 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Apologize.
Yeah. It's talking about, I think it's fun thinking about it now because, diseases being spread among people was so normal back then. There was yellow fever, scarlet fever, cholera, all of that. Every summer, everything would shut down. That was normal. And so talking about these kids have the personal experience now of going through it themselves. So when they hear these stories, they look at them differently than pre-2020. And so sometimes history means more to us when we've experienced something.
All right. And is Miss Cooper still around? That's a joke.
Yeah. I have a picture of her from 1907. She was a young lady, so she's getting a little old if she was still alive.
All right. What else do you have going on?
Yeah, so March 29th, that's Saturday, we're doing Evolution of a Fort Concho Lady. And it's International Women's History Month.
Okay.
We are going to do some fun stuff. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm going to have 3 sites set up at Fort Concho. And the idea is 1860s, 1870s, 1880s. We were open 67 to 89. And when you go to each spot, these ladies are going to be ready to tell you about what was normal for them, what were they dressing like, what were social customs for them, and what were unique in their time. So in the 1860s, one thing to note is they were living in tents. Because when Fort Concho first opened, there were no buildings out here. And so talking about making life adjustments for the tents. And then in the 1870s, we have a whole bunch of prescriptive literature that tells them how to live in the 1870s versus the 80s. And the 80s will be able to tell you how Industrial Revolution started affecting life at Fort Concho. Right. And so you can go around and talk to those ladies as you go visit our site.
All right.
Hoping for no wind.
That'll be all right.
Yeah, and then I think the final thing I want to tell you about is this weekend we are having our Ladies Living History Symposium. So ladies from all over West Texas who interpret the 19th century. We have everything from 1830s to 1890s get together. And we're going to practice sewing together a chemise corset and corset cover and stuff. And so if anyone is at Fort Concho on Saturday and wants to stop by, we'll be in OQ1 and OQ8, and you can see what we're doing and getting ready for the living history season to come.
All right. Well, is there anything else going on?
I think most of it I'll tell you next month, but it's worth noting Speaker Series is coming up in April.
All right. Well, Miss Thieme, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Absolutely. Back to you. Starting off the news, San Angelo first responders were dispatched last night to the 2400 block of Chestnut Street regarding a structure fire. On scene, firefighters were faced with the garage that was fully engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported, and the suspected cause of the fire was a heat lamp, but the fire does remain under investigation.
In city news, the city of San Angelo has issued an update to the amount of trihalomethane in the city's water supply. The contaminant is dropped from over 80 micrograms per liter at the end of 2024 to less than 34 micrograms in samples from the early 2025. The current four-quarter average is below the maximum 0.008 milligrams per liter.
In crime, a San Angelo man has been indicted by a Tom County grand jury for sexually abusing a child who, at the time of the abuse, was under the age of 17 and 14 years old. Ramiro Galvan allegedly sexually abused the victim from February 2020 to February 2023. The investigator viewed a forensic interview with the child who claimed Galvan abused her more than once and that when it started, it never stopped. Galvan was arrested on December 10th of last year and has been in the Tom County Jail since, being held on $200,000 bond. He has a jury trial set for August of this year.
And we have an awesome family activity coming this weekend. Brews, Ewes, and BBQs is being hosted by Downtown San Angelo and is March 15th at 325 South Oak Street. Organizers say this year's event will be bigger and better than ever, with 40 local craft vendors, 10 food and brew vendors, and the event doubles as a state barbecue competition with over $6,000 in payouts to the local contestants. The event will start at 11 a.m. and go until 6 p.m. this Saturday.
And Ryan Chadwick will have sports after this message from Carpet Tech.
My name is Cade Simmons. I'm the site manager here in San Angelo. What matters to our customers, I believe, is what we say is CT quality, CT experience, just making sure their needs are met, taking care of their home like it was ours. You just have to keep thinking of, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. So just making sure you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and just knowing that they can rely on us, I think, matters to them a lot.
5 Concho Valley girls basketball players recently made the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches All-State team. Only 20 players from every classification make the team each season. In 2A, Cristoval's Hallie Hughes, Mason's Anna Marie Whitworth, and Sinsley Stanton from San Saba made the team, while Erin County's Berkeley Callaway and Richland Springs Flora Appleton made the 1A team. Congratulations, ladies. Keep an eye on San Angelo Live for the All-Star Hoops team for both boys and girls coming out soon. And we'll be back with weather after this message from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Into weather, right now it's 79 degrees outside with a high up near 89 and a low tonight around 56. It starts getting quite windy tomorrow, and we have a high wind watch, a fire weather watch, and wind gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour. That brings dust to San Angelo. The high for tomorrow is 72 and the low for tomorrow night is 47. Over the weekend, highs will be right around 70 on Saturday and Sunday, and the winds decrease from 30 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour. The lows will be in the mid to low 40s. Now here's a word from Conno's Diamonds and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Conno stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Conno's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show.
The only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley.
Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms.
And download the San Angelo Live mobile app to keep up to date on all things new in the Concho Valley.
For the live team here, I'm James Bouligny.
And I'm Tessa Koskovich.
We'll see you next time.